Hey, High Vibe Tribe, Quantum Field Coach here. I've been asked a lot in the OBE, Astral Projection, NDE groups I'm in, Cosmic Consciousness, all these groups I'm in. I've been asked a lot to talk about my experience that I thought was a near-death experience, the second one, 40 years ago, but it wasn't. And I've been looking and listening to NDE stories for all that time, and not once have I heard anybody talk about what happened with me. And I'm still trying to integrate the memories, and I was given permission to go unconscious about what was, I guess would say, pulsed into me back then. I had to allow these bits of data or information, is not a good human word, but it's the best I can find. I had to allow it all to be within me and downloaded, so I would be willing to agree to all of it before I was released. And released isn't a good word. See, the thing is this is the thing, is the human language it wasn't words. That's the whole thing that I'm reaching out to try to find other people that have experienced similar things. So anyway, let me start. So I didn't have an OBE. There was no travel. It was that I was in my body, and then I was in this, what I'm beginning to see, maybe I can translate as far as if people are aware of what Divine Matrix is, the veil, this space where frequency becomes matter, that thin veil that quantum science has been exploring and talking about. That's the closest I can come to navigating what I could share with where I was anyway. When I was instantaneously out of somewhere to nowhere. Like the only way I knew I was anywhere or anything was that I was in this very it didn't have dimension, so it's very difficult to quantify like that. But it was like it was like a thin space, I guess. And the only way I'm saying that is because these like blob, so it was very bright, white, pure white, just pureness is like, I guess energy would be a way of saying it, but it was less than energy. I don't really, maybe frequency is a better human word. But it was just packed, filled. It was nothing but, maybe Akashic record is a way of expressing, like it was all, everything, for always, forever type of thing. Like I knew everything, and yet at the same time there were these like ghostly blobs, for lack of better word. I'm going to quit saying that. I'm just going to try to say it the best I can. So there were like these blobs that were the same of the whole, but the outline was like a ghostly, very, very slight different brightness of bright pureness, only enough to be able to identify a difference. Not a difference, but somebody said something yesterday, maybe this will help. So a cobblestone trail with grass in between. You know how like it's all a trail, but the grassy little portions, you can tell that it's a different rock. So think of that, but then the grass was not grass. It was just a very little bit different shade of pure white energy, light. And so I could see that it was a new bit of information that's not the right word, but it was a new portion of what I had to agree to be in a vow of silence with until maybe the word pulse came through, and they promised me that I would know when it came through me, and like an activation maybe would be a word. I would know when I was activated. I would know when I was given permission, but I had to even vow to choose to leave my body and die instead of say something, do something with the information I was given. And again, information is like not, this is so frustrating. I'm trying to be calm. So anyway, see like a very bright, pure energy highway, and just like, I mean, it was like, if time existed, which that was very clear, time was not existing. But when I came back into time and recognized what had happened, it was like, wow, that was a lot real quick, was my perception. But in that field, we'll say, it was like, I guess a highway, because it was a stream. It was a space, like I could tell there was things moving past my awareness, and I was definitely just an awareness. And so like these blobs of, we'll say, data bits were coming past me, and every time something would be past me, I would feel awareness of that, and it was like boom, boom, boom. And I remember not feeling, God, this is so hard. This is the first time I've really tried to be this descriptive. I'm doing my best because everybody keeps asking me to text about it, and it just ain't happening. I can barely talk about it. That's why, like, all these near-death experiences, like, I can't put words to this clearly. Like, this is not a normal thing. Well, not that NDE is, but you know what I'm saying. So I remember, like, so there was no senses. Like, I didn't feel full, but the best way I can express is that I could sense more when these blobs would pass by. And somehow, without having words spoken or even feelings felt, I somehow knew, like a psychic knowing almost. And I get that now a lot too. But anyway, so like just psychically somehow knew that it wasn't done yet. Even though like there was no time, there was barely even a way of knowing that I was in a space of some kind. But I knew to wait, and somehow I knew that I had to wait until all of it was prepared, and I had to agree, like a contract, kind of like no matter what contract. This is so not, I'm trying on you guys. This is why I need people that are in the same situation. I met one person, I put a video on a bunch of groups yesterday, and one person reached out, so I can't wait to talk to her because I'm trying so hard, because this is very important for everybody to learn. So anyway, so blah, 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 bits of information, the best I can say in words. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't have a memory of saying, yes, I agree. I don't have a memory of saying, okay, no matter. I don't have a memory of that transpiring, like, up in that area, wherever that was. But I was all of a sudden in my body. That's what I'm saying. Like, there was no time. Like, it just, boom, like, it was just like right now. But yet it felt like so long. But yet I don't even know if I actually died. Like, this is serious. Like, I don't even know, because I wasn't at a hospital. That's the thing. So all these years when I've been saying I had an NDE, I didn't even know if that was true. Like, I wasn't trying to lie, but I didn't know. Like, I just didn't know. All I knew is that I couldn't say anything more than that, but it was okay to say that. I knew that. I somehow knew that. That was like somehow agreed or something. Somehow. And I'll tell you, there's been times where injustice and change has happened, including my son being continually over-medicated with psych meds, and it ended up indirectly killing him. And there's been so many times where I would start to say, screw that. I'm going to say something. I'm going to do something. And I don't know how I didn't. I know that I've been hospitalized before because I was so sideways about keeping this silent, and at the same time knowing what I had somehow would make such a big impact. And when I heard Gregg Braden's report recently, a few months ago, before I was I was given permission to take action or whatever I'm supposed to do. I'm not sure yet. But before that, I heard a video on YouTube from Gregg Braden saying how the Divine Matrix they've discovered has holes in it. And I don't know the actual science. I just heard this and I had to go unconscious. Like, it freaked me out because I remembered that was why I was supposed to keep silent, because that was already an issue in 1985. And I did remember that when I heard Gregg Braden say that. And he said that they're concerned that if it continues to unravel the way it is, it's like a spider web, that there may come a time where frequency is not able to become matter. And when I heard him say that, I thought, oh my God, that's where I was. That's where I was. And I went unconscious, and I actually ended up in the hospital. And I didn't really put like 2 and 2 about that together until just this last month or so, as I'm allowing myself to remember and be willing to be of service, like I promised so many years ago. And I'm doing my best to integrate every bit of education and information and opportunity and support services and empowerment opportunities and everything I possibly can to be of service, because I have this underlying sense of what I'm now given permission to do is more urgent than even the whatever that made me promise back in 85 even knew back then. And
And I'm not a catastrophic type of person. I don't watch end of world videos. I don't buy into any of that shit. Like, it's all to me an illusion. And yet I have this underlying sense of urgency and the frustration of exactly what you've witnessed, of me trying to explain even what happened then. Maybe I need to stop trying to explain it and get in the present. Actually, that is exactly what I need to do. Wow, that was a big revelation. Oh my God. Yeah. I need to let go of these addictive emotions, just like Dr. Joe talks about. This is a big part of my past emotionally that I haven't released until right now. It's gone. I surrender. Like, that is not serving anyone. So I'm just gonna be right now, right here, and surrender to the unknown, and I'm gonna trust myself, like Dr. Sue Morter says. And I think I'm not gonna listen to Craig Braden's reports anymore for a while, because I don't want to encourage or add to the collective unconscious, the agreement of the collective unconscious to be unaware, like Bruce Lipton talks about, because I am not unaware. And I'm going to stop worrying about what other people think of me, because this is serious shit. I do know that. And I don't have any more willingness to continue to worry about what other people think of me, if they think I'm crazy, if they think I'm sane, if they think I'm calm, if they think I'm too hyper, if they think I'm talking too fast. You know what? I have been holding this stuff in to the point of literally going unconscious with drugs since 85, so I could keep my vow. And I'll never forget the day that it actually happened. I don't remember what day, but I do remember I was in a hurry to catch my bus, and strange things had been happening with deep inner knowing for months, and that really started happening more so than any other way. Well, actually, it started when I screamed my sacred yes at Agape International Spiritual Center's 35th anniversary. Rev Deb was talking about the sacred yes. Are you ready? Are you ready to completely surrender to your sacred yes? And I screamed it. And I knew then that something shifted in every thing that I am. Always, in always, I knew something, and I did completely surrender, and yeah, that started a whole big domino effect. And looking back from where I'm at right now, that was my moment to prepare to become unconscious. I mean, to become conscious of what I've been trying to be unconscious for since 85. And not too much longer after that, I healed 15 diseases, and a lot has changed since then, and people that know me know that. Some people don't even recognize me. So yeah, but about 2 months ago or so, right around my 1-year anniversary of being plant-based, except for some experimentation with meat that really didn't work out well. I'm still recuperating from that. I bet that's going to change today. It already did a lot last night when I informed my gut that it needs to stop. Anyway, so yeah, I was late well, I wasn't late, but I had a bus that I wanted to catch, and it was the weekend, and I didn't want to wait another half hour. So I was going to just run into Grocery Outlet on Evergreen Way on 54th or 52nd in Evergreen Way. And I had been wanting to go to Odyssey Collectibles ever since it opened. And something wouldn't let me. It would not let me. Like, literally, I would be wanting to walk into the store and my body would go into Grocery Outlet only. And of all days, I was wanting to catch that bus, and literally I was walking to Grocery Outlet and my body walked into Odyssey. And I kept arguing with my body. and it was very, very blatantly clear that it was my ego and my fear-based ego arguing with my soul self. I remember that clear as day. And I remember my soul self going, no, we're going here. And it was not just my soul self. And that was the first time that I really felt the presence back. And since then I've remembered they first visited me. Well, it's kind of weird to say they, because it's a collective. Like, it's not, I hear people talk about guides, and to me it's all one. Like, yeah, it's not a separation like that. I can sense different personality energies and stuff. Like, my son and I work very closely together since he transitioned, but anyhow, I agreed to let my body walk into Odyssey because I didn't have a choice. And I wasn't allowing my ego to have a choice, I guess I should say. And I was clearly communicated with somehow, not in words. This is the thing. It's like not a word thing. I forget what that's called. Anyhow. So I walked in there, and the first thing I saw, I'll say it this way. So first thing I saw was this Aboriginal statue, beautiful solid wood statue. As a matter of fact, I'll show you. He's on my altar. And he had a didgeridoo, and I was like, no way. Oh my God, it's a sign. And why I mean that is because, so out of the blue, I stopped being annoyed with didgeridoos, and I started not being able to get enough of it. And it was starting to like move me in this like soul way. Like, I can't even, it's deeper than the soul way. Like, I don't know, like this, like DNA activation would be a way to describe it even. And, but like spirit DNA, not bodily DNA. And I remember that, like, Omnia, the pagan band Omnia, I couldn't stop listening to their music. As a matter of fact, one of the oils, the frequency expansion oils I make, it's called All is Well Transmutation Oil. It used to be called Power Over Poison, and then I realized if I stopped giving power to poison in any way, it will stop existing. So I changed the whole frequency of the oil. Anyway, so when I saw that Aborigine didgeridoo and I knew that my body had been brought to that store, I thought, oh my God, it's happening. And I tried to just be calm, try to maintain, because I was in public, and I'm like, oh, finally, and so I didn't even know how much money I had in my bank account. It was towards the end of March, I know that much. And I thought, it doesn't matter, like, I really need this, I know that much, I know that. And so I went to buy it, and I actually did buy it, as a matter of fact. I bought it, and I went to go walk out, and all of a sudden my body went down this other aisle. I'm like, apparently we're not done. And by that time, I was like in the flow of, oh God, finally it's happening. And I didn't know exactly what was going to happen. I just knew it was happening. It was happening, like whatever it was, because I was still so unconscious because I had tried so hard to be silent. And so anyway, this was the beauteous thing of it. And now that I remember them coming to me when I was little, this is so precious. It's like a gift. And I walk down this aisle and I go straight to this beautiful porcelain mask. I have been wanting one ever since I first saw one when I was about 5. And there she was. And my childlike energy just knew. I just knew, like, finally. I didn't remember about the visit from 5, but I was getting molested by both my parents, and I was laying in bed, and I was like, how can people be like this to people, especially people that they gave birth to? And that's when they came to me and said that I was here to observe families like that, and I had agreed to, and that they were trying to figure out how to help change things. And I wasn't bound to silence back then. It didn't even feel weird. Like, it was so soothing and comforting, like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. So from that point on, like, a part of me was able to just observe, and thank God for that, because shit got weird. Anyhow, I guess maybe that's part of the reason why people ask me all the time, how do you keep having so much passion for life? How do you stay so positive and animated and upbeat about life? And how do you love to live and live to love? Why is that your motto? Da, 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 da. Maybe it's because I knew I was here to help, and I've been a healer for eons. Like, that's a whole nother conversation. Anyhow, so I go outside. Well, I went and I bought that mask. I was like in awe, like, talk about mystified. Oh my God. I was like, and from my memories as a child, like, I don't even remember where I saw my first mask. I know I was really young and I wasn't allowed to have anything to do with fantasy, anything back at that age because of being a certain religion. I won't say which. But anyway, so having that childlike energy, being so gifted like that, I of course went up and bought it. I didn't even think twice about it. I knew it would overdraw my account. I could give a shit. Anyway, just to give you a side note, like I had already manifested my mind movie that I had done 2 months after starting Dr. Joe's work, and like 4 months after I'd started it, I'd only been doing his work for 2 months, and I manifested beyond my wildest dreams everything in that mind movie. So I'd like overdrawing my account, like, so what? So anyway, I walk out of that store and I felt this. I wish I could put this into words better. So, like, I don't know, there was like this huge shift all around me, and it was like, I don't know, like a cocoon, or just this huge energy vortex is a good word, maybe. And all of a sudden I felt this, and I knew, like, it happened. I thought it was happening, but no, it just happened. That's for sure. And I can't describe the feelings because they're not human. I did it. So now, I'm not sure, I am sure, I just remembered, I promised myself earlier in this video, I surrender completely to the unknown. I trust myself to do what's best. no matter what. Like, I've come this far with all this. I'm not gonna stop now. So, now you see why I can't text about it, friends. I love you guys. With all my heart, with all my being.